um like James Gunn fans and Snyder fans on Twitter. It's really funny. So you've got it's it's fucking hysterical. You got this Aaron Fischer dude. Okay, we talked about this guy before, right? And so he is, you know, um, he's just going after these guys again. Okay, he's a hardcore fan, but I want to kind of see his thing here because he's going after the fake fans because he's just doing it to piss him off. But he's already got like 4,000 views. What's he got subscriber wise? He's at 15,000 subs. He's gone up quite a bit.
All right, everybody, I am back with a brand new DC update. And my shirt did show up yesterday, so I've got my vintage Superman shirt. I'll be wearing this on Superman Day as well. I always get one size larger than what I wear so that I know t-shirts like to shrink. So I will be wearing this on Friday, Superman Day, when there will be no trailer released for Superman. Again, I think it's stupid that they're not going to do that, but we have a few things to talk about today. This video is going to be interesting, especially towards the end. I'm going to show you guys the few screen grabs I've gotten since yesterday, and then we're going to have a discussion about true DC fans. And we're going to talk about who the true DC fans are and who the gatekeepers are.
See, I love this argument, right? I mean the hyperbolic. Like this is the whole thing. Like the true fans versus the fake fans. And this is all part of that dynamic, right? This is all part of that shit. Like I like to piss off the gun fans because they take the bait. Like one guy in particular takes the bait. And it's really funny. And they got really mad at me yesterday for a shit post. And it's really funny. But like Aaron here, these guys, like they believe all of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're going to be there day one to watch the movie. Just like Jeremy Griggs going like, I walked out of Snow White. I walked out of Minecraft. Like on opening day, his ass went.
And I'm going to show you a couple things that I posted on Twitter, which are very, very interesting. And I also went and read Superman for All Seasons yesterday. I actually own the trade for this. I really like that story a lot. That is a wonderful, wonderful Superman story. All-Star Superman, not so much. So let's get into the screen grabs. So first up, it says Warner Brothers TV boss says The Penguin Season 2 is not currently in the works. Never say never. It's definitely a possibility, but there's nothing in the works at this moment. And this is via Deadline. This was all getting passed around over the weekend as well, and this is to be expected because of what Matt Reeves is ever having to deal with at this stage. And so it looks like everything for the Batman universe is on hold, and I won't be surprised if James Gunn himself doesn't bury this thing entirely before everything is all said and done. Also, they've got a Funko Superman and Crypto toy coming out. I don't think the dog looks anything like the dog.
No, I agree.
At least they got Superman's suit right in this one. It looks kind of frumpy and loose, and this is the first toy I've seen where they actually got it right, which I thought was kind of funny. Now, this was the photo that set a lot of people off today. One of the things that I posted that set a lot of people off. James Gunn himself posted this and said, a brand new behind-the-scenes look at Jimmy Olsen. And I posted in his post, right below it, a brand new behind-the-scenes look at James Gunn. James Gunn has inserted himself into almost every behind-the-scenes photo, not all of them, because I know some people are going to come out and call me a liar for saying everything, but almost everything. He's in the freaking credits to the shows. He's all over the place. You can't go anywhere and not see James Gunn. He has inserted himself into every aspect of this. And I had a lot of people who hate Zack Snyder came out. Zack Snyder had behind-the-scenes photos, and you're right. He did, but it wasn't everything. When they showed the first shot of Batman, Zack Snyder was nowhere to be seen. When he showed off the first photo of Superman, he was nowhere to be seen. James Gunn is not allowing his actors to shine and be promoted. It's all about James Gunn. Again, James Gunn is the one you see the most in this photo. He's more front and center. He's more facing towards the camera.
I think the reason for that, to be honest with you guys, I think the reason why James Gunn is front and center like that is because it's showing that he's involved. You know, like people know that if you see James Gunn in something, like there's a pedigree, there's a quality, right? There are things that you can kind of expect from that. Like the man doesn't have a bad movie underneath his resume. But in this particular case, though, it's like, you know, I think he's there to show that it's like he's very hands-on. And this is meant to be more of like a, you know, as much as it is meant to be like a character-driven story, James himself is a character that is also kind of like, you know, he is the one that's, it's like a Kevin Feige being at all the events. People know if Kevin Feige's there, you can kind of trust it. That's what's happening here.
You can see more of him, and he's taller and bigger. Jimmy Olsen, you know, the actor, kind of melts into the background. And so it's another behind-the-scenes photo on James Gunn. And I'll continue to point this stuff out. I do believe that James Gunn is the biggest narcissist out there in Hollywood. All right, now we're going to get into what really got people up in arms and what I posted earlier today, okay? So I had people come out. Well, first of all, let me show you something. All right, so Evox posted this, and this was on my notifications when I woke up this morning. And I'm not even going to promote.
Hold on, sorry. Brandon, I want this movie to fail, so then Superman will be made with AI, and the whole story will be made with AI, and everything will be made with AI. And then it's going to come to your house specifically. AI Superman's going to come to your house, and he's going to break your DigiPen and your Wacom tablet. And he's going to tell you that you can't draw anymore because you don't have the ability to draw because he took that from you. He took your passion away. That's what I want. Dumbass. Jesus Christ. Go away.
Who this person is because this person has been all over my comments. And every time I make a comment, they try to come in and try to find a gotcha type moment. And it says here, Aaron Fischer and harsh critics debunked. Gunned down. Snyder Bros exposed. Okay. And he said, you're all being talked about. And that's fine. Let them talk about us. Now, in this specific video, he mentioned, number one, how much of he's called me, I believe, a hypocrite. And he said that I'm not telling the truth because, number one, that I said I wasn't going to go see the 5-minute trailer that was going to be released with Minecraft. And I wasn't going to go pay for a ticket. I wasn't going to go pay to see it because the movie was going to come out anyway. But then what ended up happening, and I talked about this in my videos, and this is why people pick and choose what they want to show. The little clips that were starting to get released were terrible. And I was like, there's no way it could be that bad. So I called my local theater, and they were actually going to let me go and watch the trailer for free. I didn't even have to pay for a ticket. They were just going to let me go in and watch the preview. But I didn't need to do that because it got released later on. And so it got released in full. So that wasn't me changing. That wasn't me lying or being a hypocrite.
Okay, like that doesn't, you know, let's move forward a little bit. It doesn't matter. Like, yeah, you win, fine.
Showed in their video after I had talked about the robots and them, you know, the robots having emotions and then, you know, getting called Superman instead of Kal-El. All they could do was point to one comic, All-Star Superman. And here's what ended up happening. When they announced Superman and James Gunn announced a number of paperbacks or not paperbacks, but trades of some of these stories, All-Star Superman was one of those. So what did all these fake fans do or Gunn fans do? They went out and bought these comics and just read those comics. They're not Superman fans. They're not DC fans. They just read the materials that he's basing this off of. And there's only one comic where the robots call him by his name, and it is All-Star Superman. There's actually only one comic where they have numbers.
So given the I just have to ask this question. Given how much Gunn is basing this off of All-Star Superman, right? Like I'm like the end like Superman dies. You know, like Superman dies in the comic. Like it was he is a solar being living inside the sun and maintains machinery to keep it alive. You know, and it's like and there's like I don't know clothing in the I saw the animated movie. And I was like, okay, right? Like, okay, you know, it wasn't great. It wasn't great, but like, you know, it, each, oh my God. It's, are we going to end with Superman dying? Right? Are they going to put Superman in the sun and then they're going to clone him? Is that what's going to happen? I don't think Gunn will kill him off. I don't, but it's like if you're basing it on All-Star Superman, like that's what it's boiling, that's what it's going down to. Like it's this story of like Superman at the end of his days, essentially. Right? And then doesn't Kingdom Come Superman like also kind of like have an older Superman or whatever? It just seems weird to like focus on like the general plot of what this is. Like it's a really kind of dingy story, to be fair. It's like, okay, I don't know. I just feel it's Superman, like I have to go into the sun now. Like he just I don't even know. Like it just okay. Okay, I don't even know. Blargan says killing Superman in BVS was dumb. They can't possibly want to do that again, even earlier in the universe. That's true. The thing about killing off Superman in BVS makes sense if you think about it from the perspective that Batman was like meant to carry on, and then like it was meant to change Batman's perspective, and that's like the sacrifice, right? The sacrifice that Superman made, and then that's why they work to bring